morning and welcome to Port Huron Northern's 1998 Senior Assembly. We're here today to honor our students, seniors, graduates, future graduates, with their individual and collective achievements, and you'll hear today the amazement of that. And something else that amazes me, and I've been at this an awful lot of years, and each year that back row gets taller and taller. I was behind them for 5 minutes, they didn't even know I was there, so. Not only are they accomplishing academically, but what a beautiful group of young people. Let's give them a hand again. All the years I've been high school principal and assistant principal, I've worked with a lot of senior class presidents. And I say with all sincerity, Lisa Beeden is one of the best young people I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Lisa Beeden, President of the Class of 1998.
Thank you, Mr. Goldsworthy. Good morning. I have the honor of introducing Mrs. Carol Connell and Mrs. Julie Christofferson, the advisors for the Class of 1998. These two women have made a place in their hearts for each and every one of us. They have supported our ideas and focused their energies to ensure that our class would be a successful one. I believe that their energy has gone to a good cause and has had a positive impact on all of our lives. Mrs. Connell and Mrs. Christofferson, thank you for your support, your drive, your ability to endure the chaos, and for your everlasting love and commitment to all of us. I also have the honor of introducing Jennifer Palmatier, Class Vice President, and Trevor Weston, Class Treasurer, as our Mistress and Master of Ceremonies.
First, we would like to introduce Mr. Chapman.
He will be introducing the valedictorians, salutatorian, academic top 20, and 3.5 academic awards.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Trevor. This is my favorite job of the year. This is something I look forward to doing, but it's a mixed blessing because this year's academic group is so large. It means it's an awfully long list to read and some difficult names to pronounce. I do take pleasure in it, so it's with great pride that I introduce these academic members of the class of 1998. When your name is called, please stand and then remain standing until those that are part of that group are all named, and then we'll hold our applause until the group has been recognized. Okay, the co-valedictorians of the class of 1998 with perfect 4.0 cumulative grade point averages are Carol Allen, Maria Damashki, Rajiv John, Cecily Ogden, Ian Renner, Allison Schur, Kieran Valji, and Kimberly Voitas. Congratulations. They're making my life difficult. Seating the valedictorians and the salutatorian in that front aisle is a difficult job, and as you have that many, they're not going to fit anymore, but that's a good thing to have happen. The salutatorian of the class of 1998, with unfortunately just a 3.975 grade point average, is Eric Dane. Five years ago, Northern established a new tradition by recognizing their academic top 20 of the class of 1993. This year's academic top 20 are wearing blue and gold medals, signifying their outstanding academic success. I ask that each recipient stand and remain standing when your name is read, and audience, if you'll please hold your applause until all the members of Northern's academic top 20 have been announced. Ryan Salt, Catherine Ropish, Bethany Studeker, Scott Jameson, Nicholas Rigney, Jennifer Hunt, Allison Muxlow, Sean Dennis, Saima Akhtar, Casey Oliver, Anne Boucher, Catherine Murphy, Jean Shepard, Bethany Fagan, Shannon Shaw, Tiffany Kearns, Michelle Lewandowski, Martin Zameko, Trevor Weston, and Andrea Watson. Congratulations. In addition, a select group of seniors has maintained a high school grade point average of 3.5 or better. They have been awarded pins, academic letters, or gold bars signifying academic excellence by the Greater Port Huron-Marysville Chamber of Commerce. Please stand when your name is announced, remain standing, and once again, audience, if you'll hold your applause until this long list of academic recipients is read. Saima Akhtar, Edward Albers, Carol Allen, Jordan Baker, Brandy Bonney, Ann Boucher, Aubrey Carter, Patrick Connell, Eric Dane, Maria Damashki, Sean Dennis, Heather DeWitt, Jennifer Eagling, Bethany Fagan, Jacob Fisher, Tanisha Fuller, Maureen Grady, Christopher Hall, Shad Hanselman, Jordan Harris, Rebecca Horvath, Annika Howe, Jennifer Hunt, Scott Jameson, Sarah Jesse, Rajiv John, Tiffany Kearns, Eric Crone, Brianna Leonard, Michelle Lewandowski, Kara McFadden, Amy McKenzie, Catherine Murphy, Allison Muxlow, Lisa Norris, Cecily Ogden, Casey Oliver, Justin Peschke, Randall Pueller, Ian Renner, Nicholas Rigney, Erica Rowe, Catherine Ropish, Allison Schur, Christina Seraphin, Shannon Shaw, Jean Shepard, Bethany Studeker, Ryan Salt, Dawn Thomas, Kieran Valgee, Andrea Watson, Trevor Weston, Emily Whaling, Jason Wilson, Kimberly Voitas, Sarah Ziemba, and Martin Zameko. Congratulations. Thank you.
Next, we have Ed Albers and Kieran Velge.
They will be reading our freshman and sophomore class history.
Kieran?
Ed,
Feel free to start anytime, buddy.
me? I thought you were going first.
No, you're going first, remember?
Okay, I'll go first. No need to resort to pain.
He just has the jitters. He'll be fine, I'm sure.
The year was 1994. It was September. All I can remember is not being able to tell the Husky wing from the Gold wing. Most of us were lost, but we soon found our way. We also met new students from the other middle school. The stereotype of each school, Fort Gratiot being stuck up, Howland Woods being thugs, soon disappeared as we realized that we had a lot in common. In addition, we knew that we had to walk the same hallways together for the next 4 years.
Our first task was to select leaders of our class. We chose Jean Shepard as president, Jordan Sampson as vice president, Michelle Lewandowski as secretary, and Lisa Beaton as treasurer. Not a bad group, except that they were all girls.
Ed, don't be sexist. Those girls did a good job.
No, Karen, you misunderstand me. Don't get me wrong, I love girls.
Anyway, the leader's first task was to organize our class for our first Mardi Gras. Music was the walking, and we chose to break on through with the doors.
However, we didn't quite break through, and we got 4th place.
I really don't understand it. The wall really wasn't that bad.
No, dude, it was bad.
Well, at least we had 2 beautiful representatives at Mardi Gras.
We sure did. Our Queen's Courts representatives were Brooke Hiller and Jean Shepherd. Not too shabby.
Speaking of shabby, we ended up taking 4th place overall at our first Mardi Gras.
It was a given. We were freshmen. We'll just call that one a learning experience. And as the year wore on, we eased into life at Northern and concentrated on the academic part of school.
Well, some of us anyway.
We began to adjust to our new teachers and their expectations. Many of us enjoyed Mr. Young's witty humor and those fun math quizzes.
In fact, we enjoyed those math quizzes so much that we decided to award him with a turkey at Thanksgiving.
Remember when we bought him all the feathers for 25 cents a piece at lunch? I remember when Mr. Young got his turkey. He was so happy.
After a restful Christmas break, we returned ready to fight for the skis. At the Saturday snow games, the girls' football team had a good showing. They battled their way to first place under the supreme coaching skills of none other than Ed, the doughboy Albers.
Well, thanks, Karen, and yeah, the girls couldn't have done it without me, but they played their hearts out and they deserved that first place.
One first place, however, wasn't enough, but we still took 3rd place overall. Maybe it's because Trevor Hondo Wesson and Michael Big Dog Rennan were our King's Court representatives.
Maybe. At least we didn't come in dead last. And to think, we were freshmen.
There were some memorable world events that marked our first year of high school,
There was the trial of the century,
or the trial that lasted a century.
starring O.J. the Jew Simpson as the defendant and Marsha Bad Hair Day Clark as the prosecutor. Michael Fay was also caned for spray painting a Mercedes in Singapore.
Luckily, the punishment for spray painting the fence isn't quite as harsh. His heiress, Michael Jordan, decided to quit baseball and return to basketball wearing the number 45. Not a bad choice on his part.
Michael Jackson also married Lisa Marie Presley.
No comment. Barbie turned 35 and remains the world's best-selling doll. So Ed, did you hold a birthday party for your Barbie?
Shh, you weren't supposed to tell anybody about that.
My bad, I'm sorry.
After more than a century of white supremacy, South Africans vote for the first time and elect Nelson Mandela as their president.
In the entertainment world, Jim Carrey stars in Dumb and Dumber. Hey, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Go ahead, sing.
Really funny. Forrest Gump, starring Tom Hanks, earned 6 Academy Awards.
Lieutenant Dan! Lieutenant Dan!
We were also graced by Keanu Reeves' top-notch acting and speed, and Baywatch became the most syndicated show in the history of television. Why is that, Karen?
Well, it's because all the girls have really big crushes on David Hasselhoff. 1994 was also the year of the second Woodstock. Some of the performers were Bob Dylan, Green Day, and Nine Inch Nails.
And for all you baseball fans out there, the 1994 World Series was canceled because of player strikes. It was the first time in 90 years that the World Series had not taken place.
And just like that, our freshman year was over. We were all happy that we were not going to be at the bottom of the totem pole anymore.
As our sophomore year began, we could now look down on the freshmen. The sophomore year brought harder classes, different teachers, and new challenges.
To meet those challenges, we elected Jean Shepherd as president, Jordan Sampson as vice president, Lisa Beaton as secretary, and Brianna Leonard as treasurer. A whole lot of change for a whole new year.
Man, you sure are sarcastic today.
Oh, and you're Mr. Serious? Just keep reading, Doughboy.
Anyway, as our second Mardi Gras approached, we were feeling a little more prepared and ready to win the barrel. The wall theme was cities, and we chose to build Candyland.
Is Candyland even a city?
Hey, got a second place.
We also earned first place at the Games Assembly.
But we still came up short and took second place overall. It was better than fourth place, though.
And once again, we did not come up short with our two beautiful Queen's Court nominees, Michelle Lewandowski and Michelle Smith. When the 1996 snow extravaganza came around, all our hard work and dedication in the spirit department paid off. Our first place. How sweet it was.
Yeah, but it wasn't as sweet as our next four first places.
Yeah, but that's really not our territory. Our 1996 win is the best thing we have to talk about. Reminisce for a while.
Yeah, that was a good win. Yeah, we really killed them that year, boy. We won volleyball, football, euchre, and the games assembly.
Is there anything we didn't win?
Penny jars.
Who won that?
99.
Oh yeah, pop bottles.
And to seal off our victory, Brian Bradley, aka B Squared, and Jason Waite were our King's Court representatives.
Once again, O.J. Simpson was in the news. He was acquitted of first-degree murder. I think it was because the gloves didn't fit.
Another event that shocked us all was the Oklahoma City bombing. Princess Di divorced Princess Charles, and Louis Farrakhan led the Million Man March.
Superman Christopher Reeves was paralyzed after a fall from a horse. He amazed us with his courage and determination to recover. Michael Jackson was back in the news. He divorced Lisa Marie Presley after 20 months of marriage.
Once again, no comment.
In candy news, people chose blue as the new M&M color.
In the entertainment world, Jim Carrey earned $20 million for his wacky role in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Why do you want to speak to Snowflake? Do you know him? Does he call you too? I don't think so. Our own Terry McMillan's Waiting to Exhale was released in movie theaters. Despite rave reviews, it failed to earn a single Oscar nomination.
Ricki Lake was the queen of daytime talk shows, even surpassing Oprah. That was before Jerry Springer made it big. ER, Seinfeld, and Melrose Place were our top-rated television shows.
In music news, Alanis Morissette released Jagged Little Pill, which soon topped the charts. Hootie and the Blowfish debuted with Crappy Review. You know, you and me, we come from different worlds. You like to laugh at me when I look at other girls.
Karen, who sings that song?
Hootie.
Let's keep it that way. With 2 years down and 2 more to go, we are no longer underclassmen. We are now upperclassmen, ready for our last 2 years. High school, man.
It's all right, big guy. Just let it out. Get it out of your system. Out with the bad, in with the good. Block bad, harness good. Feel the flow like a merry-go-round. Up and down, around and around. Come on. Let's go wash your face.
Now introducing the National Honor Society Scholarship recipients.
Here is Mrs. Murphy.
Thank you, Jennifer and Trevor. Mrs. Carol Goldfarb and I are extremely proud of Northern's chapter of the National Honor Society. As co-advisors, we have the privilege of working with 180 of the finest juniors and seniors here at Port Huron Northern. Led by our officers, President Brianna Leonard, Vice President Christina Seraphin, Secretary Nora Baher, and Treasurer Raji Jan, our members volunteered over 3,000 hours of their time and talents to our school and our community this year, serving as tutors here at Northern and at the public library, reading to elementary school students during National Reading Week, delivering Easter baskets to the elderly, working at the hospitals and the American Red Cross, delivering Meals on Wheels to the homebound on each of the holidays. All the while, these members were serving as leaders in all facets of extracurricular activity here at Northern. A group of 15 of our members became involved in a new program of mentoring children from broken homes through the Bridge Builders Counseling Center, a very meaningful experience for both the mentors and the children. Each year, our chapter raises scholarship funds through bake sales, keychain sales, and through our annual scholarship luncheon. This year's luncheon, chaired by senior Ann Boucher and junior Whitney Good, was very successful. The food was delicious, and $1,600 was raised, bringing our total scholarship funds to a whopping $2,000. Our NHS Faculty Council members, Mr. Tom Blackney, Mrs. Debbie Hesterberg, Mr. Ray LaBelle, Mrs. Ellen Rogers, and Mrs. Cheryl Voitas, met to review the many scholarship applications received from seniors this year. After much serious thought, and the job was not easy, the council decided to reward 4 members who, throughout their 4 years at Northern, have exemplified the standards of the National Honor Society: academics, service, leadership, and character. Each winner will receive a check in the amount of $500 made out to their intended college. It is now my pleasure to announce this year's winners. Ann Boucher, scholarship. Would you please stand? Ann served as our scholarship luncheon co-chair, and Ann will attend the University of Michigan in the fall to pursue a career in either business, law, or education. Our second winner is Shad Hanselman. Shad was our senior point chairman, had a very unique way of getting the seniors to get their points in, and he will head to Michigan State University and a pre-med curriculum. Our third winner is Michelle Lewandowski. Michelle was our Easter basket co-chair, and being president of the student council, she kind of worked with herself on that. We co-chaired that Easter basket distribution with the student council. Michelle's headed off to Michigan State University to also pursue a career in medicine. And our fourth winner is Ryan Salt. Ryan is off to the University of Michigan, and he is pursuing a course of study in music performance and advertising. Congratulations, scholarship winners, and congratulations to all of our graduating seniors. You have served your school and your community well. Take your time and your talents and continue to give. You will be sorely missed by all of us. Thank you.
We would like to introduce Dee Lapish and Tanya Thompson.
They will be introducing the Hall of Fame members. Members of the Northern Hall of Fame become members by virtue of their position in the class, through election by members of the senior class and through election by the faculty. This year's members are:
Please stand and remain standing when your name is called. Senior Class President, Lisa Beeden. Student Council President, Michelle Lewandowski. Mardi Gras Queen, Michelle Lewandowski. Mardi Gras King, Ed Albers. Editor of the Yearbook, Aubrey Carter. Newspaper Editor, Anna Falk. Co-valedictorians, Carol Allen, valedictorians, Carol Allen, Mari Damashki, Rajiv John, Cecily Ogden, Ian Renner, Allison Schur, Kieran Valji, and Kimberly Voitas, and salutatorian, Eric Dane.
WORW Program Director, Angie Navarro. Senior MAC Award recipients, Michelle Lewandowski and Kieran Valji. Band President, Ryan Salt. National Honor Society President Brianna Leonard. Outstanding Senior Athletes, Katie Murphy and Matt Reynolds. Seniors elected by class, Trevor Weston, Michelle Smith, and Jordan Harris. Seniors elected by staff, Allison Muxlow, Sean Dennis, and Jenny Palmetier. Congratulations.
To introduce the senior homeroom teachers, here are
Katie Ropish, Saima Akhtar, and Michelle Lewandowski.
These teachers are the smiling faces we look forward to seeing at the end of each marking period. They have tolerated our constant complaining when we have received a rough report card.
We all know what that's like. During locker cleanouts, they were the teachers who had to scrape all the rotting food and fungus off the bottom of our lockers and fumigate them too. We're eternally grateful to them for not making us watch those boring so-called educational documentaries.
Did they really think that we would watch a test-taking movie when we're all done taking tests our senior year? That makes sense. Reading POD news points seemed more enticing at the time. And even though they might not know all of our names, we'll always remember theirs. With much appreciation, on behalf of the class of 1998, we would like to acknowledge these homeroom teachers and thank them for all the help they have given us over the years. Please stand when your name is called. Ms. Kate Carey,
Mrs. Carol Connell,
Mr. Pat Curley, Mr. Ron Davey,
Mr. Jeff Davis,
Mr. Craig Dickinson, Ms. Carolee Dowd,
Mrs. Jan Eastman,
Mrs. Christine Elschultz, Mrs. Jill Hartson,
Mr. Tom Hildebrandt,
Mrs. Nancy Johnson, Mrs. Marilyn Jonas,
Mr. Ray LaBelle,
Ms. Sherry Lamara, Ms. Chris Stewart,
and Mr. Tom Wilson.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have Sean Dennis and Kirsten Rollins.
They will be reading our junior-senior class history.
We started off our junior year proud to finally be upperclassmen. Our officers were President Lisa Beeden, Vice President Ed Albers, Secretary Matt Harris, and Treasurer Maria Demashki.
This was the year of victories. To start it off, the Northern girls tennis team captured the state title for the first time in Northern history.
Also, the class of 1998 won Mardi Gras, and as underclassmen, we made sure to gloat to the class of 1997.
Our Queens Court representatives were Michelle Lewandowski and Brooke Hiller.
Speaking of beauty queens, Chelsea Clinton headed to Stanford, but to replace her absence in the White House, the Clintons got a new dog, Buddy.
And at Northern, the drug dog became our temporary school mascot.
In other news, 6-year-old Jonathan Prevette was sent to court with charges of sexual harassment for kissing a fellow classmate during school.
Let the drooling begin. Every girl was convinced she was going to marry Leonardo DiCaprio when Romeo and Juliet came out.
But it seemed that nobody was overly excited about Ellen DeGeneres when she came out of the closet.
After trying to save us all from deadly technology, the son of a Polish sausage maker and the masked marvel behind the sunglasses and hooded sweatshirt, Ted Unabomber Kaczynski, was ironically given the death sentence.
Other bombs included the Macarena and the Verb Pipes freshman.
At the snow dance, the Verb Pipe freshman was played one too many times.
But the class of 1998 was victorious for the third time in a row.
To end the year of victories, the Detroit Red Wings took home the Stanley Cup and Tiger Woods swept the Masters.
We were well on our way to the final days of our high school. And to lead us on our way, we elected Lisa Beeden as president, Jennifer Palmetier as vice president, Deanna Lapish as secretary, and Trevor Weston as treasurer.
Our senior year finally arrived in the fall of '97.
But for some reason, the lower classmen didn't cower in our presence quite like we pictured.
Yeah, I'm still traumatized from when some big mean freshman threatened to beat me up if I didn't let him cut in the pizza line.
But no recap of our senior year would be complete if we didn't mention that little dirty word, POD.
News points, anyone?
Not everything was bad about this year, though.
What other year could you possibly convince your counselor that a schedule consisting of study hall, gym leader, teacher's aide, POD, office aide, and a 6-hour releasal was the best way to invest in your future?
And then there was Mardi Gras and the snow games, where we proved once again we truly were the most spirited class to come together in a long time.
And we weren't exactly bashful about reminding our other friends, particularly those juniors, about our untested domination.
All in all, it was a big year. The football team had a winning record, and the girls' tennis team captured the state title for the second time.
At Mardi Gras, we crowned both the king and the queen. Ed Albers and Michelle Lewandowski reigned, and Lee Naplin, Jerry Johnson, Keely Badgerow, and Brooke Hiller served on their courts.
It was a big year outside the hallowed halls of Northern, too.
Monica Lewinsky and her big hair dominated the news scene.
And in Hollywood, the emphasis was on bigger is better, too.
There was the Titanic with its big boat and big box office returns.
As good as it gets with its big names like Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt.
Starship Troopers, Godzilla, and Deep Impact all wreaked havoc on the screen with their big special effects.
And then there was Boogie Nights with its big prosthetic limb.
About the only thing that wasn't big was Barbie, whose measurements were scaled down to better represent what a real life-size plastic woman looks like.
In the fight over talk show dominance, the Jerry Springer episodes that had titles like Pregnant Lesbians Confront Their Transvestite Lovers caught up with Oprah, who, after finally winning the battle against her own weight, won a legal battle against the weight of Texas beef producers.
For the vegetarians in the crowd, yes, that translates into people who make a living from slaughtering poor, defenseless bovines.
It was a year of tragedy and death.
Princess Diana, Mother Teresa, John Denver, Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, and Sonny Bono all died.
But to make use of an overplayed song, Our Hearts Will Go On.
We would like to introduce Mr. Renner and Mrs. Allen.
They will be announcing the departmental awards.
Good morning. As curriculum directors, we get this honor every year, and it's fun to do. This year, as in past years, the faculty of each department has chosen a student who they feel best exemplifies outstanding achievement in the various areas of Northern's curriculum. Medals awarded, and this always happens. These medals are outside the main office, and seniors, you pick those up after the assembly. The first winner is not really a departmental award, it's a special award offered by the science department. It's called the Linford Bond Award. He was a 37-year employee of the school district. He taught science, he's a department head, and we wanted to award a senior who exemplifies the best in science just as he did. He worked here for 37 years, he did not miss one day of work. And we feel that the winner of that award this year should go to Eric Dane. Please stay standing, folks. The Science Department Award itself goes to Kieran Valjean. The Mathematics Award goes to Ian Renner.
It's my pleasure also to announce the awards. In the area of vocational business education, Lori Castillo. Please stand. For business arts, Keely Badgerow. In art, Karen Pengreen. Instrumental music, again, Keely Badgerow. In vocal music, the award goes to Michelle Standish and Tracy Rydell. For German, Heather DeWitt. And Spanish award goes to Ian Renner. Japanese, Scott Jameson. English Departmental Award goes to Brooke Hiller. In French, Maria Damashki. Social Studies, Eric Dane. Yearbook, Aubrey Carter. The Troy Robinson Award in Drama goes to Marty Zameko. The Drama Award, Keely Badgerow. TV Production, Courtney Redmond. Newspaper, Brooke Hiller.
The Girls Visit Award goes to Ann Shucker. The Boys PE Award, that department voted for Nick Dysinger. Congratulations to all of you students, and remember your medals are in front of the main office after the assembly. Thank you.
Next, we have Kimberly Voitas.
She will be reading our senior class poem.
Good morning. Dream big, author unknown. If there were ever a time to dare, to make a difference, to embark on something worth doing, it is now. Not for any grand cause necessarily, but for something that tugs at your heart, something that's your aspiration, something that's your dream. You owe it to yourself to make your days there count. Have fun, dig deep, stretch, dream big. Know, though, that things worth doing seldom come easy. There will be good days and there will be bad days. There will be times when you want to turn around, pack it up, and call it quits. Those times tell you that you are pushing yourself, that you are not afraid to learn by trying. Persist, because with an idea, determination, and the right tools, you can do great things. Let your instincts, your intellect, and your heart guide you. Trust. Believe in the incredible power of the human mind, of doing something that makes a difference, of working hard, of laughing and hoping, of lazy afternoons, of lasting friends, of all the things that will cross your path next year. The start of something new brings the hope of something great. Anything is possible. There is only one you, and you will pass this way only once. Do it right. Thank you.
Now we would like to introduce Mr. Goldsworthy.
He will be announcing the Academic Scholar Diploma recipients, scholarships, and other awards.
First of all, it's my pleasure to introduce the Academic Scholar Diploma recipients. When your name's read, if you'll please stand. Standing to all the names are read, and audience, please hold your applause to read them all. Academic Scholar Diploma recipients are Saima Akhtar, Brandy Bani, Eric Dane, Maria Damashki, Sean Dennis, Christopher Hall, Jennifer Hunt, Scott Jameson, Eric Crone, Catherine Murphy, Cecily Ogden, Casey Oliver, Justin Peschke, Ian Renner, Catherine Ropish, Allison Schur, Christina Seraphin, Shannon Shaw, Karen Velji, Emily Whaling, Kimberly Voitas, and Martin Zameko. Congratulations. The State of Michigan Competitive Scholarship Program recipients. These individuals qualified based on their ACT scores. Those who receive money have already been notified. Please stand when your name is read. Saima Akhtar, Edward Elbers, Carol Allen, Keely Badgerow, Heather Beeler, Aaron Burke, Brandy Bonney, Ann O'Shea, Jeremy Bowers, Storm Brock, Micken Carrier, Aubrey Carter, Patrick Connell, Tracy Corey, Eric Dane, Maria Damashki, Sean Dennis, Heather DeWitt, Nicholas Dysinger, Jennifer Eagling, Michael Eichberger, Bethany Fagan, Tim Fay, Jeremy Farr, Jacob Fisher, Tanisha Fuller, Katrina Gardner, Melissa Gosman, Maureen Grady, Patrick Gutierrez, Christopher Hall, Shad Hanselman, Jordan Harris, Matthew Harris, David Hastings, Brooke Hiller, Kristen Hodge, Rebecca Horvath, Brian Howard, Annika Howe, Jennifer Hunt, Nathan Hurst, Ryan Hustig, Scott Jameson, Sarah Jesse, Rajiv John, Ryan King, Jason Clemmer, Eric Crone, Deanna Lapish, Brianna Leonard, Michelle Lewandowski, Daniel Lynch, Jessica Merritt, Catherine Murphy, Allison Muxlow, Lee Naplin, Angela Navarro, Michael Nett, Lisa Norris, Cecily Ogden, Casey Oliver, Jill Parsons, Justin Peschke, Randall Puller, Joshua Preston, Ian Renner, Nicholas Rigney, Catherine Ropish, Christina Ruffin, Stephanie Schaefer, Johnny Sheff, Allison Schur, Ann Schucker, Christina Seraphin, Shannon Shaw, Jean Shepard, Melissa Shimko, Carrie Simmons, Jessica Simpson, Rudolph Sloop, Nathan Smith, Mark Spencer, Bethany Studeger, Ryan Salt, Jennifer Taylor, Tanya Thompson, Johnson Chaw, Kieran Valji, Joshua Van Sickle, Michael Vigrass, Jason Weaver, Trevor Weston, Emily Whaling, Jason Wilson, Laura Lee Witzke, Kimberly Voitas, and Martin Zameko. What a list. Congratulations.